Well, welcome everyone, it's Snoo, and it's that time of the season again. We got the 3.24 Necropolis League Grand Reveal coming out later today, for which I will be reacting to after the fact. We'll get some highlights up on the YouTube channel for that coming soon. But first, I know all of you are sitting around wondering, what are you going to league start? What's Snoo going to league start? Maybe I can grab some inspiration from him, inspiration from other content creators. You're probably looking all around, soaking in all the teasers. Well, I'm going to give you a whopper of a teaser today. I'm going to present to you my overall plan the first week of the league. We're talking probably Atlas strategy, the build choice, skill gem of choice. The tech combination is very peculiar this time, something I fleshed out a full month ago. And not just a leveling portion, but also a progressive endgame to multi-mirror tier variation of the build I'm showcasing you that's snapshotted about a week into the league. All of that in a fully fleshed out path of building, which all of it's linked in. The Atlas strategy, the build, the path of building. And I just, of course, I want to clarify this is a teaser. While I have put in a huge amount of legwork to do this, it could get completely shut down by the patch notes coming later today. We'll see if this video ages well. But this is not the build guide. This is just a short teaser video that basically spills all the beans about what I'm doing. So a lot of value jam-packed in here. Hopefully it survives. We'll see. I am going to be using, of all the skill gems in there, one I've never used before, Elemental Hit. I'm going to explain why I'm choosing this skill gem in the video. I initially figured I would probably use Lightning Arrow, and Lightning Arrow would be totally fine with what I'm about to show you on a double 5 link. So about, some point I'm going to have a double 5 link available to me. And I've hearkened about this amazing 5 link with Warlord's Mark cast on crit tech, allowing me to stun enemies. I've talked about this before, usually with Secrets of Suffering, or maybe with the helmet that can remove, freeze, and chill from the build when you do cold damage, because there are some pretty strict stipulations on there. But with the Calm Spirit nerf, if you want to zoom, you got to work for it to get the Berserk and everything set up in there in a nice way. So let me just, as a reminder, show you about what this looks like at this kind of speed with the more multiplier of Berserk. You see me moving around, not too bad. But then the Rage kicks in, the Berserk kicks in on left click. So that's going to be one change I'm going to have to deal with. But I mean, not that big of a deal, I guess. We'll just have to move the Berserk somewhere else. But you can see, not bad, right? Got some nice zoom, nice speed. This Elemental Hit flying out. Looks a lot like lightning arrows with return projectiles. Basically going to play about the same. But what happens when we get some reverse chill into the build? That's right, reverse chill, very unpopular archetype nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, I have figured out how to combine reverse chill and Warlord's Mark stunned to give you all the zoom in the world, a little bit faster than you just saw, I would say. Am I right? This is a little bit zoomier and still on a relatively nice league start budget setup. That looks like a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to enjoy that. Now, that was just a query, and I'm not going to deprive you of a T16 map that is basically showcasing my strategy. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me explain what's going on here. So, with the Warlord's Mark, I have to stun enemies in order to get the Rage and the Berserk. Again, I've talked about this time and time again before. In order for this to work, you can't do cold damage, or you can't chill, or freeze in particular. Creates a problem in the game where it cannot not allow you to categorically stun enemies, which means you can't get the Rage, which means you need something like Secrets of Suffering, which is what I used last league at the start to make that work. However, if you use Elemental Hit, you have a very unique skill gem that turns off your cold damage periodically and even allows you, through the use of this prismatic combat focus jewel in this slot, can even forcefully turn off cold. And it's really nice to go all the way up here because we get the Leaf Shade side, which helps with the reverse chill. We can get things like Assassination. So pretty interesting setup here. I do have an Inspired Learning in here, so it's one of the more expensive items in the build, especially once you get like double 6 link and Inspired Learning. Those are some somewhat expensive pieces. So this is not like day one stuff, but the first few days of the league anyway. And yeah, once I get this fleshed out to this amount here, this looks really nice. So let me show you what this looks like. I would pick Legion. I would have an Atlas strategy. I don't know, something like this. Again, it may be changing the patch notes. I don't know. Just a teaser. not the full-blown guide, not yet anyway. I want to give you guys something to chew on, you know, as you're waiting for the upcoming grand reveal. And even after the fact, hopefully it lives. You can think about what you want to do. So, this looks something like this. Obviously going to skip that league mechanic. We're going to do Affliction League. I was just beeline, zoom straight to the boss. Very easy to do. No ballistas to put down, just the Frenzy, Mana Forge Link. And hey, another map, I'll take that. Alright, not the greatest single target DPS, but it does alright, it's serviceable. If you get a few Headhunter buffs, it's fine. Okay, put that down. Nice. Come back to that in a minute. Okay, doing some red altars. Nice little side bit of currency there. Always going to be some nice currency there. And then we got an Expedition, which we can just kind of blaze through. Legions, which will blaze through, especially with an Inspired Learning. Even before the Inspired Learning, you'll still be able to do this. And this is my Ultra Strict filter, so this is the kind of filter I'll probably be running at this point. Oh, he's going to pick the minion options here, because I don't even want to read the player side options. They're pretty bad downsides. We just skip out on those. And yeah, a couple legions to do. So the map's already cleared. Got all of the altars out of the way. Just break open a few legions here. I guess we just sort of merge into the expedition there. A lot of the legions are extra tanky because it is the full-blown max legion spec in here. Basically going for all the league-specific rewards from legions. I'm going to be focusing on incubators and, you know, raw 6-link drops, things like that. Good old-fashioned legion dunes. I don't know if dunes will be in the map as a choice. It's all right if it isn't. You can do this on Jungle Valley or whatever other decent legion map. But yeah, here you go. You can see it can absolutely get the job done with this gear threshold. Performs, I think, almost as well as Lightning Arrow would. However, it also has a huge benefit of being able to simultaneously reverse chill and to do the stun. With Lightning Arrow, if I didn't set up any extra parameters on here, Lightning Arrow would be unable to do the stun portion of this. It would be able to reverse chill, but not to do the stun. And arguably, the Warlord's Mark stun setup is more important. But to be able to combine those two things is a very special thing. So yeah, just as a recap, it is the turning off the cold variant, which, by the way, this isn't mandatory. I mean, still 2 out of your 3 attacks will not feature cold damage, so it would technically still work without that jewel, but it's nice to be able to get that in to qualify all jewels. To have elemental hit on both sides of this means a lot of eligible stunning hits are going out, and then the 30% max reverse chill there. It helps to survive if you can go all the way up here to get some energy shield mastery and actually run some energy shield with ghost stance. A little side point, squeezing in some ghost stance and actual energy shield into the build. Not too bad. It's got a decent amount of health going on over here. But that's it, guys. That is the build. The path of building is linked in the description. It looks something like this. It has some choices here. If you line these things up, you can see the leveling portion, you can see the end game portion, you can see the config, which is going to be a little bit squirrely since it's kind of mishmash depending on the settings that you have in there. But it's all here. I did a lot of work on this already a full month ago, and this is not the final form, but I don't anticipate many changes needing to be made unless GGG absolutely crushes Deadeye and or crushes Mana Forge Arrows, which are a couple little things that might happen later today. We'll see. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited for the upcoming league. Let me know what you think the league mechanic might be, if you're watching this before the grand reveal. And whether you're watching before or after, let me know if you're interested in doing a reverse chill, Warlord's Mark stun setup, elemental hit setup. Let me know if that entices you in any way, shape, or form. I know it did me. I'm looking forward to this league start, and I will see you guys at the grand reveal. Bye for now.